What is up, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Now, I wasn't planning to record this video, so this is just going to be a quick 10-minute video talking about this new exploit in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, because basically what happened is that KONAMI literally leaked themselves. They did something, they did a big oopsie, like PewDiePie or Gloria Borga says, they did a big oopsie, and basically we are able to see a lot of things that we're not supposed to see in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Now, keep in mind, any of you guys can do this as long as this glitch isn't patched. All you have to do is download the latest update of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links on your phone, so get your phone right here that if it has Duel Links installed and install it. Go to 3.5 on the version of Duel Links, and then what you're able to do is that you're able to go to the shop, go into the shop and just enter into here, then click on the Dimensions of Wizards mini box. I think you can click on any of the boxes, but for this tutorial, just go to the Dimension of Wizards mini box, and all I gotta do is scroll down to the bottom and click the Forbidden and Limited list right here. Once you do that, you will see a lot of cards that you are not normally able to see, and as you guys can see, for some reason in this Forbidden and Limited ban list, we have a lot of peculiar cards right here. We have a lot of threes next to all these cards that we don't have access into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, but as you guys can see, there is a crap ton of cards right here. So let me kind of explain. So first of all, I'll give credit where credit's due. I first heard about this exploit from It's Brad as HD, of course, Watt007 copying all of his content. Lately, Brad's been making a ton of leak videos as of late, and I haven't felt like covering those leak videos, but this was something that was just way too big of news to not talk about, and I had to make a video on this specific subject because honestly, this glitch right here is honestly amazing. I think this glitch is really cool to talk about, and just another thing too, it confirms a lot of other stuff when it comes to the ban list. So yeah, credit where credit's due. I got this from Braz HD, which I believe he got this information from the Duel Links subreddit, but I am not part of the Duel Links subreddit, so I wouldn't have found out otherwise. So there's that right there. But this confirms a lot of things. So one thing that I never talked about on my YouTube channel is the fact that Konami is actually going to be changing up the Forbidden and Limited list and are going to be only calling it like a limited list. Basically, if you guys already know, we have these like 1s and 2s and stuff, and basically in this game, if you want to run a card from this like 1 list, you only can run 1 copy of these like 1 cards into your deck, and you only can run 2 cards from the 2 list into your deck. And now they're considering to add a limited 3, where you can basically add 3 cards from this whole entire list into your deck, so you can't run more than 3 cards from this entire list. And basically this confirms that this leak is actually happening, because we were unsure if this limit list change would actually happen, but it's pretty understandable that Konami is actually doing something like this, because the Forbidden and Limited list in Duel Links is a lot different than the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG and OCG, so the fact that they're changing it to only being a limited list makes a lot more sense. So that's pretty cool right there. So yeah, basically they're adding a limited 1, a limited 2, and limited 3. So instead of this being a limit list and semi-limited, they're changing 1 to just limit 1, limit 2 to limit 2, and then they're going to be adding a third limit called limit 3. And that's going to change up a lot of things right there. And maybe we'll get limit 3 on the next ban list after the KC Cup. We'll have to wait and see, but it's pretty cool right there. So that's one great thing that this thing confirms. And another thing that's really cool to see, while it confirms that, and just keep in mind, when we're talking about all these cards in this limit 3 list right now, none of these cards are confirmed to be attainable to the players except for 2 specific cards. Other than that, most of these cards are actually just have been into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links for a very long time now. Basically, most of these cards, the majority of them, have been in the game files for almost a year now, and they're mostly like used as NPC cards and just stuff like that. They're not meant for the players to use right there. So we're gonna take a look at a couple of them because it is pretty cool to see nonetheless, but like I said, none of these are confirmed except for 2 cards in my opinion, which we'll talk about later in this video. Honestly though, this is pretty sick. As you guys can see, the first thing we're going to check out is the Elemental Hero Sparkman. This is an alternate artwork of Elemental Hero Sparkman, which is pretty cool. Next up we have, I think this card's like Elemental Absorb or something like that. I haven't, and just keep in mind, I haven't seen every one of these cards. I'm just kind of reading their name from what I can somewhat see in the list right here. But this is like Elemental Absorb or something like that. It's a trap card apparently, which is pretty cool. We have this fusion monster that's, I think, originally from Aster. I don't know what it is. It's like Elemental Hero, like soaring something. Pretty cool card, though. That's a decent artwork and stuff right there. We have Neo-Spacian Grand Mole. This card's been in the Duel Links files for a long time now, but, we can see it right now, which is cool. We have Elemental Hero, like Phoenix Enforcer. I think that's what this is. This is an alternate fusion of Avian and Burstinatrix, which is pretty cool. Next up, we have Elemental Hero, Era, and Neos. Maybe we'll see that in the future box or something. I don't know. But, like, basically, all these cards that are, right now just normal spell cards are most likely not coming into the game in a while. I'm just kind of just throwing out my thoughts right now. But like I said, most of these cards are not confirmed to come into Duel Links anytime soon. Still, it's pretty cool to see nonetheless. You know, we have Elemental Hero Grand Mole. We have, what is this one called? It's Elemental Hero Magma. I think this is Magma Mole. I can't see what the rest of its name is because it's covered by the 3. We have an alternate artwork of Basinatrix. We have an alternate artwork of Avion. We have Elemental or Infernal Fire Blast. I know this card has been leaked for a very long time, but it's still a cool card to see nonetheless. What this card does is that if you have a Red Eyes Black Dragon on the field, activate Infernal Fire Blast, and you will deal 2,400 points of damage to your opponent, but Red Eyes Black Dragon can't attack after that turn. Still, if they added this card out of nowhere, that'd be insane, because Infernal Fire Blast is wild. Sorry about that right there. Anyways, though, we have Hammer Shot. This is a really good card. You can target, or I think whatever is the highest monster on the field, you can destroy it instantly with Hammer Shot. Really good card right there. We have, I think this is called Neos Wingman, so that's pretty cool right there. We have Crush Card Virus, a classic, and I think Seto Kaiba actually has voice lines for this card in the game. I think Justin Taylor made a video on that a while ago, so it's pretty cool. We have Snatch Steal. This card's pretty, you know, this is an OG card, that's for sure. We're never going to get that in Duel Links, that's for sure. We have Premature Burial, which is pretty cool. We have, what is this called? A Gale Dogma, very epic right there. Add that to Duel Links, Konami. Add that. We have, what is this? Nox, what is it? Nox Acceleration Armor or Wall or something? I can't tell. I don't know what that card is. We have Manju the 1,000 Hands. This card's good because you can add a ritual monster and a ritual spell card to your hand. Still, if they added this into Duel Links, that'd actually be broken. So one, we have level augmentation in the game, and 2, some certain decks like Cyber Angels would be broken with a card like this. So it'd be cool to get, though. I personally wouldn't mind at all, so that's pretty cool. Next up, we have, what is this card called? Chain Detonation. I think this is Chain Detonation right here. We have a Dragonic Tactics. That's really cool. We have, yeah, we already talked about that. We have Toon Mask. We have basically the fusion of all of the, what's it called? Basically, this is a fusion of all of the Sacred Beasts into one card. I don't know the exact name of it, but I think I have that somewhere in my house. We have the Phantom of Chaos, which is pretty cool. We have Clear World. Maybe we'll see that once or Satorius gets into Duel Links. I don't know, though, but that'd be pretty cool. Maybe we got Sinking Dragon, Solar Array. Pretty epic. We have, what's this card called? Hone of the Wild. Okay. We have Hope for Escape. This card has been, I think this has been on the ban list in the TCG for a while now. I recognize the artwork of that card. Next up, we have Horn of Light, which is pretty cool. We have Mind Drain. We have Soul Strike. We have Deck Decimation Virus. We have, what is this called? I think it's Twilight Night. Earring Twilight Night, something like that. We have Full Force Virus. We have, what's this card called? Can't read that from here. But yeah, that's a decent artwork. Then we have a bunch of cards that just have nothing. They're just there to exist. We have Balloon Lizard. We have a Token, Token Festival. We have Final Countdown. That'd be a meme card again, Duel Links. Hunter Owl, very epic. Ejection Fairy Lily, too broken for the game. We have Mysterious Guard. We have Water and Tonics. This is probably going to be like a random DD Tower card in the future if they ever add it. We have Fiend. What is this? Fiend Comedian? Yeah, Fiend Comedian. We have Gravekeeper's Servant, I believe. What is it? Damage Condenser, Academic and Virus. I can't read this card, but some sort of just generic fusion. And then we have another like generic zombie looking card. We have Ribbon of Rebirth. This card's pretty cool. I remember getting this card in my Warrior Strike Gemini deck when I was a kid, so I recognize that card. I forgot what the effect though, but I think it revives the monster from the grave if I remember correctly. We have, what is this? I think Price of Powerfulness. I think that's what this card's called. Very cool. Bunch of other blank cards. We have Beginning Night. We have Cursed Adenments. We have Chaos Trap Hole. We have Spiraling Horn. And then the last 2 cards, and the biggest 2 cards in my opinion, is Earthbound Immortal. I forgot how to pronounce this card correctly. Like, I kind of have I was about to butcher it like crazy, but kind of like say it correctly. But this is Callan's Earthbound Immortal, and then we have Carly's Earthbound Immortal. So what's interesting about these 2 cards, in my opinion, is that compared to all the other cards that we took a look at, every single card that we clicked on was a normal spell card. But as you guys can tell, the Earthbound Immortals actually have their effects and they have their levels. The only thing they don't have is the effect text, and it still says spell card right there. But most likely what this means is that out of all these cards on this list, the 2 cards that are most likely to get added sooner than the rest of the cards in this list is these 2 Earthbound Immortals right here. Now, it isn't that big of a surprise because a long time ago, around in like the summertime or September time, before 5D's World came out, there's actually a shit ton of leaks on the Earthbound Immortals, and the 5D's characters and Darksider characters, and the only 2 Darksider characters that were actually leaked was Callan and Carly. So the fact that the Earthbound Immortals are here and that they're actually an effect spell card means that most likely we're going to be getting them in the next couple months or so. This is not confirmed by any means. This is not a fact that they're going to be coming in the next month or 2. It it's just a clear indicator to me personally that these cards might actually come into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links very soon right there, which would be awesome. I mean, it's and also another thing to keep in mind too is that in the Trudge event, at the end of the Trudge event when Trudge was leaving Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, he also did hint that he was investigating Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links because he had signs of the Dark Signer characters coming into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So most likely we're going to be getting the Dark Signer characters in probably April or May, and we'll definitely see if that's going to be the case or not once we get our next upcoming updates list in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So that's pretty sick right there, and I'm definitely looking forward to the Earthbound Immortals. But sadly, what I am sad about though, as that shows no sign that we're going to be getting Misty's Earthbound Immortal. Like, please add Misty Treadwell / Misty Lola into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, please, Konami. That'd be so cool to see if we got Misty's Earthbound Immortal in this list. That would be amazing, and I'd be a very happy boy. But yeah, this is kind of crazy right here. This confirms a lot of things, that is for sure. And like I said, if this glitch isn't patched by the time I upload this video, all you guys have to do is that once you update Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links on your phone, just click on the Forbidden and Limited list right here and go check it out for yourself. There's so many cards to take a look at, and like literally all of you guys can do this right here. So I don't know, Konami will fix this glitch very soon, but it is still cool nonetheless to see a lot of these cards that have been in the game for a while, that we can somewhat access them ourselves without doing any data mines or whatever. It's just a big mistake from Konami. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video and you enjoyed this quick little video talking about this X-Play and you watched to the end of this video, as always, be sure to go hit the like button on the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Content. Got a couple deck lists to come out soon. I got some more Yu-Gi-Oh! News videos to come out soon, and I got a potential Pokemon Let's Play coming out soon. So if any of those interest you, be sure to go subscribe to the channel for more content from me. Other than that, though, thank you so much for watching, and I'll go see you guys in the next Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Peace.